at America's Card Room. People have been asking me about this site still. I made videos back on the site earlier this year talking about the lack of security, talking about some of the cheating that was happening at the tournaments out there, potential bots, potential colluding, potential super using. I talked all about it. They were long videos. I spent probably 100 hours plus spending time investigating this, looking into it, thinking about it, talking to people about it, having a conversation with everyone I could possibly talk to about it. And I kind of wanted to spend no more time on ACR ever again. I wanted to forget about ACR. I never wanted to think about it again. But what's been happening there lately is with these DDoS attacks, and also I did see that young CEO Phil Nagy was happily ready to make his first reply to me. I think he did it on the live 5K cage that he was playing. He was did some commentary at the end, and he gave me a nice shout.
We're gonna make up our own rules. I'm not sure if it's the better or the caller or the position or who gets to choose, run it twice. But PLO players, if you want to contact us, other than if you have the initials JI, I won't. Other than if you have the initials JI, I won't really take your name into account.
Thank you, Phil, for the first reply that you've ever done to me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for handling it this way. And instead of saying thank you for helping us out with these issues we had on here, thank you for helping us to refund tens of thousands of dollars to the players. Instead, you come out on a live stream drunk and in some back room and you decide to needle me. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Phil. And then also been getting messages from people talking about, can you talk about the DDoS attacks? One guy was actually crying. This guy was crying in the Instagram messages. Like, I am the savior of the entire world, and I need to make a video about this, exposing them, he said. I said, well, what is this guy talking? Like, I've already exposed ACR. He's watched the videos. I already exposed ACR. I've told you what they're all about. I've told you how they operate. I told you about the lack of actual competent policing and security on the site. I'm sure they're incompetent in other areas. I'm sure they're competent in some areas. Clearly, they're still operating. People enjoy playing on the site. Cash outs are still operating on the site. And with that said, there's a lot of issues in terms of security on the site. I've talked about this in repetition on podcast, in my videos, and I'm really not sure what else I'm supposed to really do about it, because we came out with it. All right, it happened. Refunds were issued. Okay. Now what? Well, people still play on the site. Like, I don't think people are going to stop playing ACR for a number of different reasons. They might feel like they have no other options out there, which is, I mean, if you're a tournament player, where else are you going to play? Right? You got Global Poker, you got Ignition, you got the Underground American sites, you got the Chinese app sites, you have potentially playing on one of the untracked Euro sites. But are they going to compare with ACR in terms of a schedule? Well, probably not. In terms of, does that mean that you should play on there? Well, I would recommend no. Everyone has their own opinion on this. I am never saying you should ever play on ACR. You cannot trust these people for anything. They cannot be trusted. They've shown that they just cannot, for whatever reason. They want to be good people. They want to be the best site. You got Phil Nagy talking shit about other sites on his little live stream he was doing at the Cage event.
I would, the only thing I would like to say, the biggest reason that WPN is doing this is because we want to show you who we really are. Because everybody who comes down here and sees who we really are has a belief, is that the right word? Has a trust that most sites never will give you, right? Is the players that come down here will say, oh yeah, well, you know what, I don't have a problem having $25,000 or $100,000 on my account because they're a real business. We're not 12 guys behind a conference table. We're actually a real business, and we want to show you. So,
I mean, I guess you just look at this, right? The DDoS attacks. Let's look at their stream, right? This is their 5K cage, their main event. Every 2 months, their main event. And they got it set up in a back room hallway down in Costa Rica. And it looks like I mean, look at the presentation and effort they put into this. You got the CEO of the site, Phil Nagy, playing in this tournament, talking shit about me during the actual stream itself with like a Walmart camera to set up to stream this. This is what you're dealing with, guys. This is the reality. It sucks. I agree. If you're in America, what are you going to do? I wish there was an easy answer. I really do. It sucks. Believe me. It hurts me too. I like to play on ACR. I want to play the Pop in Omaha on there. I want to play a lot of tables on there. But it's just, I can't. I'm not going to do it. There's too much to overcome on the site. With all the things, there's just too much to overcome. Can it be overcome? Of course. Are you likely going to do it? No, you're going to lose money. Are some people winning money? Sure. Are the ACR apologists that are on social media saying, at least they're trying, DDoS attacks, they can't deal with it, they're trying. They don't want DDoS attacks. They don't want overlay. I'm sure they don't want cheating going on. They don't want bots going on. They don't want colluding going on. They don't want these Russian bots infesting the sit and go games and the heads up sit and goes. They don't want that. I agree. They probably don't want the DDoS attacks. I agree. They don't want these things. But just because they don't want them doesn't mean they aren't happening. There aren't issues happening. And if you believe there's not some more happening that we don't even know about, well, that's just completely ridiculously naive to even think. And that's why I don't play on this site no more. All right? I do not. There's nothing about this site. I don't know what's happening on other sites. I'm sure there's bad things happening on all sites, but I know for sure what kind of people we're dealing with on ACR. I've communicated with the people at ACR. I see how they conduct their business. I see how they conduct themselves on social media in terms of customer service. I see how they fail to even address exactly the issues that I've talked about earlier this year. I've seen the way that Phil Nagy acts on these live streams. I've seen the way that he pays people to come down there and basically just say, ACR is the best. This is a great event. One guy was like, I went to the security office in the back. It's on the up and up. Like, no, this isn't how it works. You don't go to the back room and say, this computer's for the DDoS attacks. This is for computers for the bots. This computer's for the collusion. This computer's for this. No, that's not how it works, dude. You don't go down to ACR because they paid you to go down there, go through the tour office, go look in a back room and say, I've seen 12 people there. Yeah, they're in the up and up. It's all legit. Nothing to worry about. No, there are things to worry about. Should you worry about them? Yes. Does that mean you're not going to play on ACR? That's up to you. If you want to play on there, you play on there. When you lose or if something happens, it might be in your mind. It's going to fuck with your head. You're going to think, man, was I cheated? Was I this? Was I that? Maybe it was legitimate. There's no way to know. But if you have to play, if you want to play, if you don't want to do something else, if you don't want to play live, and this is what you feel like you have to do, then you take it up at your own risk. You can complain about it, sure, all you want. But what do you expect these guys to do? They've shown that they have issues. They've shown that they struggle at things. They've shown that they suck at things. All right? I'm sure you can keep complaining and maybe that'll have some effort or not. But when you keep supporting them, you endorse these efforts. Ultimately, why do they have to fix them? Why do they need to fix security? Why do they have to? In a perfect world, they would, but do they have to? No. People keep showing up to play. They're going to keep showing up to play no matter what I say or what I put out there. So listen, guys, I don't got much more to say about this. Honestly, spending so much time on this earlier this year stressed me the fuck out. It just was like, why am I going down this hole? All of my friends are like, what are you doing, dude? Why are you spending so much time on this? Like, move on. I mean, come on. What do you think's going to happen? It's going to keep happening. They're not going to fix anything. And really, what did they fix? I mean, I probably nothing, to be honest with you, man. What impact did it have? We got players refunded some money. Tens of thousands of dollars. We got them refunded. We also put people on to be aware of what's happening on there. I agree, and I think that's a pretty big thing. But ultimately, did we fix anything? Did we change anything? I don't think so. Has anyone else spoken up about it? Not really. And what are they supposed to do? Keep speaking up about it on a continuous basis? I mean, how are you supposed to handle it? All I can do is say, my recommendation, you not play on the site, you play on Ignition, you play on Global Poker. If you have to do that, if you have to play, if you just need your fix, that's what I say you play. But I can't speak for those sites and say they're 100% confident as well, but I know ACR is not. I'm not confident about ACR as a safe place for anybody out there to play, and that's basically not going to change anytime soon. So that's what I got, guys. Much love, everybody out there. Let me know your opinions about these DDoS attacks. Should they be giving all players refunds? I don't know what's happening. I haven't really, like I said, I haven't really dug into what's happening in these DDoS. People are saying they aren't getting their complete refunds for things. Hopefully they fix it. I don't know. I don't know if they will, but you know what? I might just include a video of Phil Nagy and some of the things he said on this live stream, because I did find it kind of humorous by winning. You know, what did he do? Like winning or something? I don't know. He's hilarious, bro. Listen, I would pay money to just have a video of Phil Nagy talking every day. I don't even know what kind of content I'd come up with. So that's it. Much love. Peace.
We're going to make up our own rules. I'm not sure if it's the better or the caller or the position or who gets to choose run it twice. But PLO players, if you want to contact us, other than if you have the initials JI, I will. Can I get the last word?
Yeah, of course.
Go for it.
Kind of like,
We can chill here as long as you want. This is your party.
Look. As long as we have a little something or other, the last thing I'll say is, if it was up to me, the cage would never ever go away because I get to play poker for 2 days. I get to meet like all these cool poker players that I wouldn't normally get to meet face to face. I got to let their stupid screen names and this and that and whatever. But I really enjoy meeting the poker players. Oh wait. It is up to me. The cage is never gonna stop. We're gonna be doing this every 2 months. Forever.
Yeah, I know you're a
learn
fan.
the format. Learn the format. Enjoy it. Come down and realize that we're a real company, and you don't have to worry about us at all. Right? We're good people.
You have to experience it to understand it.
Winning.
Very true. That right there. You have to experience it to understand it. Very true.
For sure, yeah. And thank you.